All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the Super Saiyan Podcast. Today we have SSJGoshin4 with us. We have Carnage6x.
Hello.
And it is I, Dragonballtoys, also known as Oldphan. And yeah, we're gonna have a little conversation. I don't know. Maybe if I saw it again, I'd have a different reaction. I remember watching it and going, okay, I actually disliked that one more than the GT movie.
Wow.
And that was hard. That was kind of a hard one to top.
Yeah.
GT movie.
Yeah, it's just my personal opinion, though.
I can't say because I haven't seen it, so maybe I'll have to track it down.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Yeah, they have don't they have the a fan dub of it?
Oh, I'm sure
They
there's got to
do.
be somewhere. Yeah.
I've seen that somewhere.
That's the one that I watched. The really good fan dub. It was really good. I was gonna say that. Did you get to read the Dragon Ball Minus little chapter thing?
I did not. No, I heard that was really good though.
Really, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
At all. Because it's completely different from the Bardock, the Father of Goku freaking special.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off because I like that story so much better.
But did they actually change it, or?
Yeah, it's different.
Oh.
It's very different. And I mean, Goku's mom, that's cute. I like that a lot. But other than that, like, it was lame. It was more like Superman. I'm serious. They I don't know if you don't want me to say it, you should read it, but it was more like Superman. I was like, what? This is lame. Like, I was pissed. I don't know. I didn't like it.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was annoyed. She's cute though, like Gine. I think that's how you say her name, Gine. But
the mother of Goku.
yeah, that's where you can see where Goku got like the kind side from, I guess. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really behind on the new manga. There's so much of the little side stories and the new series manga. I haven't read any of that yet at all.
No, me neither.
No, the super manga I haven't read. No.
I should, because I mean the manga is like one of the things that most interested me about Dragon Ball to begin with. But I should get to that soon. Yeah.
For me, I'll probably wait for that stuff. Like I always wait until it comes out, like in English or something.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Okay, so should we move on to the next topic?
Sure, it's up to you guys.
Okay, we want to talk about the beginnings of YouTube, Dragon Ball on YouTube, or Dragonballtoys on YouTube?
Sure.
That's cool.
I'm not very well versed in this because I just got into it a couple of years ago. Maybe, I don't know, Oldphan, maybe you know a little bit more than I do?
Actually, I don't know who was on the scene first. I don't know. I don't remember. To be
you. Well,
was it? I don't.
I'll give a little bit of background about when I first started, and I've been a Dragon Ball fan for many years, and there was a website back when I was a kid called Dragon Ball Toy Island, which later on became Dragon Ball Toys, which y'all were on at various times, and it was really active in its heyday, like long time ago. Oh, yeah, it was a great site. It was a remarkable.
It was on Beckett magazine.
It was on what? I'm sorry?
It was on Beckett magazines.
Yeah, it was on Beckett magazine. It got a lot of attention. It was like the premier Dragon Ball toy archive. It was just a great site, great forum, so many awesome people, great place to trade figures, and amazing place. And over the years, it had fallen into terrible disrepair.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was owned by a company called Action Online.
Oh, yeah.
And they just really weren't investing anything in it at all. And it was, the forum didn't even have any kind of security on it, so it was overrun by porn and all kinds of spam. And there were like a handful of us. Yeah, there was like a handful of us at the time who were like, this sucks, we want this site to be amazing again. Mm-hmm. And so I had built a site called Super Saiyan Toys, which was the worst site on earth, but it was like it was really shitty, but it was a pretty good archive of figures for the time. It was around for all of about 5 minutes. because the Action Online was like, "What are you doing? This is like our turf," and I'm like, we just really want this site to work, so we kind of went and did our own thing. And they're like, well, why don't you take over the site? So for about 2 years, I was the senior editor of Dragonballtoys.com.
I remember that.
Yeah. And it was a fun time, but it was a really challenging time because we just couldn't get really the support that we needed from Action Online, and everybody, like, there was a lot of people that wanted the site to be something that it had been years ago. There were people that didn't want the site to be about Dragon Ball anymore at all.
Wow.
And we really didn't have any control, everything was up Action Online.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Dragon Ball Evolution was coming out.
Oh boy.
And we were sponsored by Bandai America. So it was kind of an exciting time in that because it's like, okay, the site was finally starting to get some attention again. And, we were getting like free toys and everything like that and stuff to review.
Uh-huh.
And they were basically like, do anything you possibly can to get the site, popular again. So that was I think in 2008, 2009.
Uh-huh.
And at that time I was like obsessed with YouTube and obsessed with watching all these different, like Transformers toy reviewers, and there was like this incredible sense of toy community.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I found Goshin, because she was basically the only one at the time that had a Dragon Ball YouTube channel. Like, I mean, you did some other stuff, but it was like mainly Dragon Ball.
Mm.
And I think you really were the only one at the time that was doing that. There was like you, and then there was that like eBay collector 777 guy. Right?
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
Me. Well, after you're done, I'll tell my story. But
yeah. I mean, and I don't know what him, but like, so I mean, he wasn't like he did Dragon Ball reviews, but he did a lot of other stuff too. It wasn't like
a lot of wrestling reviews too.
A lot of wrestling reviews, yeah, all kinds of stuff. And so like, so besides Goshin, there was nobody else that was like a dedicated Dragon Ball channel, and especially not for the toys. So that's when I created the Dragon Ball Toys YouTube channel, and and I did that for 2-3 years or so, like, and just doing toy reviews and crazy costumey kind of videos, and
which you're still doing.
Which I'm still doing. Yeah. I'm getting back into reviewing slowly a little bit, but I kind of, everything with Action Online didn't work out. It was really a shame the way everything worked out, because we basically just didn't have any control, and the whole idea.
What happened with that? Because it, like, all of a sudden Dragon Ball Toy just stopped working one day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what really ended up happening was, like, they really wanted the promotion that we were doing for Dragon Ball Evolution to go well. You know what I mean? Like, they wanted that to be a huge success. And I was like, and I kind of got in trouble because, like, they wanted me to review all the toys, so they sent me all the action figures, for the series, and they were the worst pieces of shit. I was really honest about that in my reviews, and I was comparing them to, like, what the characters are supposed to look like. I mean, you can actually go back on DBT and see all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so when I tried to tell them, it's like, look, it's a terrible movie. Like, it's an offense to Dragon Ball fans. It's not gonna, revamp the site. So after that point, they kind of stopped all support, and all, they basically were just like, okay, well, this isn't gonna turn into anything profitable. So they did this or that, and it basically screwed the site completely. Like, the forum hasn't worked in years.
Yeah.
The archive doesn't work. I spent not just me, like GQ Krillin and Brangita and a bunch of other people spent just an ungodly amount of time pumping that archive, with pictures and stuff, and they ruined it all. So unfortunately, the site's been inactive for years, and it's been very, very sad. And I kind of moved on to other things. I've been kind of out of the loop, but it's good to be back in some form. But and I'm just happy that during that time, I mean, Goshin, you've kept going, and Carnage, you've kept going. So slowly, it actually is a Dragon Ball Z toy community now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my story is pretty uneventful, really. Not really. Oh, yeah, I was a member of Dragon Ball Toys, and everyone would always say, "Oh, you have all this stuff, you never show it," kind of thing. And I would, like, be lazy about putting up pictures, so I was just like, one day I got a camera, said, "Okay, well, I'll just make videos on it." And that was basically how mine started. Not much.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, like with me, honestly, I don't even remember how I found eBay figure reviews. I don't remember. I do not
Yeah.
remember. But I looked at his reviews and I was fascinated by them. I don't know why. I liked how he was just talking about the figure and like, I really liked it. And I'm like, I can do that. I have so many figures. Why can't I do that too? So I just got on my crappy my flip camera, those crappy ass things. I got on my flip camera and just, did one. I was so shy and nervous and stuff, but I did it. And then like, I just kept doing it. And I guess I started getting some attention or I noticed from it. So I just never stopped ever since. And
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I never did because I, I never thought it would turn into something more than what I thought it was going to be at the time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really thankful for that. Like, I met so many people. I'm part of a really cool community. Um, I got to spread the word around for like Dragon Ball toys in general. I got people into collecting. I think it's awesome. Like I never would have thought ever like that would ever happen. So, basically, I was just inspired by eBay figure reviews, and then I was like, let me do this. And
Yeah.
I've thanked him many times before, actually, um, for inspiring me. And I think I bought once. I think he sold his collection now, and I bought
Yeah.
one of his figures. I bought one of his figures, and I remember I was messaging him on eBay, and I was like, you know, you're awesome. Thank you for making your videos. You did, and he knows that like I'm always thankful for him doing that. So that's really it. I mean that's how I started, and I just always continued and always wanted to get better and better and better. So that's where I am at now. So
Yeah. Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing
yep.
that I've found was really shocking for me is I just started off showing my collection and then it turned into all this, oh, well, this is great. And you got me into like collecting again. And I just
Hmm.
didn't expect that people would want to see any of my videos. They're just like, these are so badly done when I was doing it. Like, why do people, even today, I'm like, why do people want to watch my video?
You
Sometimes,
think we're bad? Mine were bad. They were
we,
terrible on a webcam.
well, I mean, I think one of the reasons, well, I mean, I actually, I mean, I've always enjoyed the videos of both of you guys. I've never thought that they were boring or bad or anything
oh,
like that.
thank you.
I mean that really and truly. I really do. I mean, but also, I mean, like, I think for all three of us, like, we've kind of specialized in really rare toys to some degree. I mean,
Yeah,
like, we always
Mhm.
have just totally bizarre shit.
yeah.
Um, and on top of that, really nice looking stuff too. And it's like, I think that like when I first started, like I was saying, the whole like the Transformers reviewers were like really hugely, I don't want to say in power, but like they were huge at that particular time. I mean, they were all of those guys were making partnership and making money, and it was such a an organized community.
Mm.
And I think one of the reasons is because it's like just Transformers toys in general were so much higher quality than Dragon
Mhm.
Ball toys were at that point.
That's
Like, I
Yeah.
think
true.
it's only, yeah, I think it's only really been within the last like 6 or 7 years or something like that that like the quality of Dragon Ball toys is like just not even comparable to the older
Yeah.
stuff. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
For real.
shitty articulation, arms that just come out of the joints. I mean, that's what we had.
Yeah.
And I think that for channels like all three of ours that really like are kind of an expose of that, it's like the bizarre and then the really like incredibly desirable and amazing figures.
Mhm.
I think it's like just so many people haven't really seen that or don't really didn't have this idea of like collecting that stuff as being like an identity that you put on the internet. And so I don't know. I think that's been I've gotten the sense anyway from what people have said to me or what I've heard people say to others. I mean, I think that's been kind of interesting for people to.
Yeah. Well, everyone reviews the figure arts, and there's nothing wrong with figure arts. I've reviewed them before, but
No,
it kind of gets
They're
boring when
annoying.
every single person, even if they're not
yeah,
related to Dragon Ball, they don't know anything about Dragon Ball, just reviews them just for the heck of it. So
yeah,
like,
I
it
hate
makes me
review.
not want to review it. It makes me want to put something unique and something that someone's never seen before or they don't know about.
yeah,
Yeah, I hate reviewing them, to be honest. It's just they have so many parts and so much everything that it's just a pain to review them. But, everybody always wants to see reviews of them. So I do it
Yeah.
because the subscribers want it. That's really why I do it more. I rather review other stuff, but they like to see that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're beautiful. I only have one. I only have the Gohan, and I would get other ones. I mean, if I'd like to have some of the other
yeah,
ones, but
awesome.
yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, I have absolutely nothing against them. I applaud every single one of them.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I know there's something like that game that you showed, Carnage. Like it's like an Italian like trivia
Oh
game.
yeah, yeah.
It's just like stuff like that is really what gets me excited as a collector because it's
yeah,
just
it's the
so
same with me.
bizarre. Yeah,
Like your video on your plushies, I love that freaking video. I'm like,
yeah.
this is cool. Look at this funny ass plushie over here. That's how I feel. I like seeing those things a lot. I remember I made a video. I was trying to do like a series of videos of like ugly Dragon Ball figures that I had,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and people really liked that video. So I need to do another one of those. But they really enjoyed that one, surprisingly. I'm like, okay, cool. They like seeing those. They like seeing me make fun of the figure because there's some ugly, ugly Dragon Ball
Oh,
figures,
I mean,
official ugly figures. So
at some point, I still have to make my grand Yolanda video because I have a
Oh god,
huge
yes.
collection,
those
and
are terrible.
they are some of the worst. I mean,
They look so bad.
I'm amazed nobody's beat me to that actually, but I guess I'm one of the only idiots that's actually collected them, because I love those figures. But yeah, there's so many ugly toys in DBZ history,
Yeah, there really is a lot.
so many.
It's funny. It's true. You really can't compare it to the new ones. The new ones are so
Yeah,
amazingly done.
Yes, we have it very good right now.
I
Yeah.
think especially like in that whole era, like 2009, 2010, when Van Presto was really starting to get going, and like the HQDX, and then
Mm.
and then Bandai too. I mean, I know Van Presto is a subsidiary, but it's like, when the Soul of Hyper figures came out, or the other small ones. I'm blanking right now. I mean, like those were just like game changers. I mean, they were
Yeah.
so much different than what Dragon Ball toys had been in the past, and then all of the amazing vinyl figures, and then Metacom.
Oh
So
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, so we really
I
have
wish
had it good in the last 10 years or so.
I like those. They stopped making them though, the Medicom.
I know.
I was like, why? And they were awesome.
I was
Oh,
hoping for at least a Vegeta.
yeah. I
You need
wonder
at
why they.
least that, yeah.
Who wants a
What?
Piccolo? Come on.
No,
I love
why
Piccolo. You're
they
wrong.
stopped though. Is it because like I don't know they weren't selling that well? I don't know.
I would assume that's the reason.
Well,
'Cause-
they were very expensive.
yeah, but look at Hot Toys. They made a career on doing
That's true.
$400 figures, which I have a couple, but
Yeah.
and
I
let's
have.
talk. There was another company that I did a review on that was Enterbay, and they put
Yes.
they put all their eggs in one basket, and it was the wrong basket. They put it in the
Yes.
Evolution.
Evolution,
The evolution basket.
and I'm pretty sure that bankrupted them for a while because after those came out,
Yes.
they never made a figure for like 5 or 10 years.
I noticed that.
Really?
Yeah, and then they all of a sudden they got back into it by doing NBA stars or something like that.
Yeah. They got
Why
some
would they think
giant
that was
license.
a good idea to invest in Dragon Ball Evolution?
Everybody thought it was going to be a hit. I mean, it's kind of like Action Online. Like, everybody was just banking on this being, the greatest thing ever. And I really think it will go down in history as one of the worst, like, adaptations of anything. Not even, like, animate a movie, just
Yeah.
anything.
It was bad. So
But
bad. Did you
the
see it in the
Enterbay figures really were nice. I mean,
Yeah, that's the
I,
one thing is like why you're wasting your talent on this when you could have made like
yeah,
regular Dragon Ball figures like this.
it made a
Yeah.
killing.
Yeah. Hmm.
They would have made
Mm.
so much money off of those
Yep.
figures.
Um, did you see that movie in the theaters though?
I
Oh,
did.
you did. I mean, too. Me too.
I didn't. I did my best. I went on this contest to win a ticket to Dragon Ball, and I think I was the only one who entered that contest, by the way. But I got it, and I was like, oh great, I'm gonna see it. And then I heard all the reviews, and I'm like, I'm not going to see this in the theater. And then I still have the winning ticket thing that they printed out. I still have it. I'll keep that as a collectible, but I'm glad I didn't go see it because they would have just kept that thing. So at least I have a collectible out of it, even though I didn't even want to see the movie, really.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, I liked it at first. I'm being serious. I did.
That's all
It was because I wanted a movie so bad that I forced myself to. I tried to find anything good. I'm like, well, it wasn't that bad. It was fucking bad. It was terrible.
We
I think,
also want them to make a sequel, and then hopefully in the sequel they'll fix whatever they
yeah,
did
I remember
wrong.
that. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I think it was. I think like. I mean, I think what you're saying makes sense though, Goshen, because it's like at that time there really hadn't been anything. I mean, there hadn't been any specials or like we had no. I mean, if you told me then that we would have a whole new anime and all these new movies, I wouldn't have believed you. You know, I mean, it was such a different. I mean, it really was a drought. So I can kind. I mean, I was excited about the movie and like
I was
at the
so
time
excited.
I was kind of lying to myself in some
I
respects,
was,
you know,
I was
especially because I had to like legitimately do promotion for the movie with the toys
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
getting people excited for it and trying to promote a website through it. And wow, what a bad time.
like I remember do you remember that whole drama on YouTube with the freaking movie? Like
Oh, the
Oh,
Dragon Ball Protest channel, yes.
protest channel. Yeah, I was gonna say.
it was like crazy that time. I was like everybody
And
was like
Storm Singh.
bashing everybody. Whoever liked it, they were trash and they were
Yep.
it was so,
Yeah.
it was funny.
I don't
It
think
was
that was a good, episode for the community because it kind of proved how kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Aggressive.
Yeah, they can be
Yeah.
sometimes.
yeah, so the DBZ I mean, I'm just saying some of the fans can overwhelming
Yes.
Yeah.
for the Dragon Ball community.
Hmm.
It's
I think it's
true.
changed since then. Thank goodness.
I mean,
There's still
there's still those
haters.
people.
Yeah.
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 I'm just saying, like, well, I mean, just like people in the DBZ community in general, they're just overwhelming. Um, yeah, because like on Facebook, I'm part of a lot of the groups, and you just see everything going on there with people talking. So I'm just like,
Well, I remember when I reviewed the Enterbay figures, I got such hate, not because the figures were bad, which was what I was saying that the figures are good, but people couldn't understand it. They thought I was saying the movie was good, and they just jumped on me. I was like, I'm reviewing the figures, I'm not reviewing the movie.
Yeah. That happened to me
you know,
too. That was one of the only
fun.
videos I ever like deleted. Well, I don't know if I deleted it. It's probably on private, but like we literally DBT was literally the first website to get images of the toys,
Uh,
like the really bad Bandai America toys.
yeah.
And so like reluctantly, I did put up a video like we've got the images, so come see it. And people were so pissed, and it was like I'm trying to do my job. I'm sorry, but yeah,
I think I remember seeing
whatever.
that back then, that
I
video.
remember that, yeah.
That's a palm face memory.
I remember I got a Piccolo, the terrible Piccolo. It had like that thing you pull on from his back.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Yeah, I got that for like $1 at Walmart.
sadly those were like far and away better than the what was it, this 4-inch line or
Oh, God,
whatever
those
it
are horrible.
was.
Yes.
Those were
I don't
so
know.
bad.
They're all terrible. That video game was terrible too. That
Oh, I
video
heard
game.
about it was
So
on Vista too, right? The Vista version was like I think I watched a couple of different reviews of it, and it was just like unplayable.
Yeah.
it was so bad. Like, jeez, just that whole time. I remember that. I think I was a freshman in high school back when when images were
Yeah,
coming out about it. That was a long time. It's like lagging. That's okay. So, anyways, no, like it's because I heard about Fox getting the rights on such a long time ago that I was like
yeah,
so excited for a movie, and I was just lying to myself. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a movie finally. I remember it was in the this magazine, I think Pojo magazine, and it was talking about like who would be casted as who and stuff back in what
Yeah.
2002 or something.
Mm.
And I was like so excited seeing that. I saw like freaking Jet Li on there, freaking Robin Shue and all this stuff, and I was like, this is so cool. Anyways, but then like I wanted to love that movie, and I lied to myself. But yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
What if they announced a sequel to that movie?
huh.
I mean, Fox still owns the rights. They could do it. Because if you saw the movies in the theaters, the Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F, they play the Fox intro before the movie starts. So they still own theatrical
Yeah.
rights. They could make another sequel.
I
That
think
would,
at
Yeah,
this
that's
point, yeah, they would have a really hard time getting funding with the same creative team, I'm sure.
I
I
hope they
mean,
don't do that.
I hope they don't do that. They just like I'm all for them making a live action Dragon Ball Z movie. I really am. I just think that like whatever they do, they've got to find a team that's not going to be like apologetic about the source material and trying to hide some of the silliness. Like if they just do a version where they just embrace it for what it is, and
Well,
I think it'd be great.
Hollywood's not like that though. They're like,
They're not. I know. It's
no.
true.
They're like, let's
Mhm.
change it. We have to have Goku be a teenager and be in high school, so all the kids will like him and all this. And
Yeah.
he gets beat up, so the kids can relate to that.
It's
And
so terrible. Like his character was nothing. Like Goku, like
no,
nothing. Like
Yeah.
at all.
I remember seeing like footage of I can't remember the name of that actor. I'm sorry.
Mr. Chatwin.
Yeah,
Listen, Tom.
right. He was. They were. There was some sort of press conference, and he just looked so depressed and dejected. I felt really bad for him. It's like God, to be Goku and have no one love you.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
yeah.
not a situation many have found themselves in that have anything to do with that role.
Yeah, when that movie bombed, anyways, it bombed. Like
Yeah,
it made no money. And no made no money. Like it sucks. But yeah. But it's fun to remember like the YouTube days at that time. So much drama.
Yeah.
So much
yeah, it really was crazy.
Well, I guess we can talk about like the toy community now, and on YouTube.
Yeah.
We didn't talk
Yeah,
about that too much.
Well, it's grown a lot. It's huge now.
yeah,
Yeah, it
I mean, I
really
guess
is.
we
Like
can plug
especially
the.
after figure arts. After the figure arts, like
Yeah.
it really went like into a different direction. The figure arts really made people collect a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what do you think about the figure arts? How they skyrocketed in value to like $500 after
Oh,
after being out?
it's crazy.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I mean, I try to get them as they come out now.
Yeah, you got to
'Cause,
pre-order them. That's for sure.
yeah, if not, you're gonna be paying a fortune. Like, what? I think the most I had to pay for one was the Vegeta, Super Saiyan Vegeta. I think I paid 180 for that one.
Wow.
It's just so crazy. It's like back in the old days, there were so few figures, Dragon Ball figures at all,
Hmm.
that you'd pay $200 for. Like, I mean, there were some that were incredibly obscure, but like, they were like so. Like, I don't know. There's so many, like Super Battle Collection. Like the 3-pack. Okay, obviously, like people
Yeah,
paid incredible amounts. I've heard of people paying thousands upon thousands of
Uh,
dollars for that thing.
me too.
Yeah,
I don't,
and
I don't have that.
do you have it, Goshen? I actually don't have that.
I do.
I don't have. I
You
don't.
have it?
I got it for $99 off Dragonballtoys.
Woof! That's a great deal.
Of course, it's not
That
it's
is.
not brand new, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not
I
Yeah,
mean
that.
just to have
I'm
it.
not gonna spend $5,000 or whatever it's up to now.
No, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
Like,
just so crazy. It's like for the first time, I think we're really gonna have like the figure arts and some of these other lines. It's like these are gonna be major collectors items that are gonna rack up to like just insane amounts, and it's just weird to think about. It's like we really didn't have that back in the old days too much. I don't think
and
anyway, right? I mean,
I think I've noticed some of the older ones that were really valuable, like are not as valuable as they used to be. Sometimes I've noticed on some of the things. I'm not sure what, like maybe some of like the AB toys or something. They're not as like valuable as they were, I think, back in the time where everybody was like wanting to collect those. And that's
yeah,
I've noticed that on eBay. Like they're not pricey as they used to be.
Yeah, some Jax figures were insanely expensive, and now they've
Yeah,
dropped
they
a lot.
yeah.
a lot. Yeah, exactly. That too. The only ones that are still value like still have like are worth a lot probably the some of the GT ones, right? Like
Yeah,
Nova
Shenron
and
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and those are the ones that like are still pricey.
Well, they haven't
No,
really
they,
made any figures of those figures, so if you want a
Yeah.
figure of
yeah.
them, you have to buy that one.
There's only like one or there's only like a few per case, so that's why.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, those toys were really short packed, big time when they were released. So that's true. Those were really. Yeah, I guess for the AB stuff, I guess people just don't even really know about those figures anymore too much because I mean, back in like when it was, when the fandom was mainly on forums and stuff, it's like people would trade pictures back and forth, so much of that older stuff. But like, I mean, and certainly people have reviews of them on YouTube, but it's just like it's not. It's just not new and what people talk about too much anymore. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I
great
knew
the price
about them
dropped
from
on that
Beckett.
stuff.
I knew about a lot of the stuff from Beckett because they had like top most valuable DBZ figures or whatever. They had like a little post on Dragon Ball figures on because I used to be subscribed to Beckett, so I used to read all that crap on there. That's how I knew about them from that.
Yeah.
Beckett was awesome. I loved Beckett magazine.
Yeah, Beckett was great. They had all those great posters, and
Yeah.
it was an amazing magazine
Well,
back in the day.
some of them look funky.
Some
They
of them
were
were
really,
weird artwork. Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, some of them were weird.
They distorted faces and bodies, and yeah, but I like that. It was neat.
Yeah,
Well,
I
if and when Super comes to America, who knows what'll happen as far as DBZ getting really popular again, and I mean, I know that kind of like magazine culture doesn't exist too much, like it used to, but I wonder what kind of equivalents we may see pop up.
I mean, well, it's cool to see like a lot more DBZ merchandise in general because like Hot Topic has a lot of DBZ stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. I mean, not so much like figures, but just merchandise. I guess like shirts and cups and whatever, like random stuff. So yeah, Hot Topic has most of the stuff. I think Spencer's does too. That's it's cool to see at least something stores Dragon Ball, besides the DVDs and Blu-rays.
Exactly. Now it's become kind of a cultural icon because a whole generation grew up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now they're capitalizing on the nostalgia of it all right now.
Yeah.
That's true.
It'll be like Ninja Turtles where there's a new one every,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I've been purchasing a lot from Hot Topic. This is from Hot Topic. And this is from Hot Topic. Both of these.
The shirt's cool.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty awesome. And like that, they sold a mug. It's going for like so much money right now.
Oh yeah,
Like
you told me about
$50. It was for like $100, but it dropped down. Now it's $50. I don't know what it's so special about the mug. It's because it changes the heat. So if you put hot, like Goku will have like his aura around him.
it. Yeah.
It's kind of cool,
That's pretty cool.
but for $100,
Yeah, not for
it retails for like $12.
Yeah.
$12. But yeah, it's a Hot Topic. They were selling it, and it got sold out like in like a matter of minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's cool to see Hot Topic having stuff, and yeah, hopefully, if Super comes out, we'll see more DBZ stuff like in the markets and all that. Maybe at Walmart we'll see DBZ stuff again, and like Target and stuff.
That would be nice to see it like actual figures at Walmart. I hope we can see that again.
Yeah.
Where I don't have to go to an import shop and buy
Or
it.
like the smaller figures, what are they called again?
Gachapons?
No. The ones that they used to sell them at Walmart, like a couple years ago, 2000.
Realworks?
Yeah, they had the Real Works, I
Oh yeah.
think. They were called something else though, I think, in that
Yeah, they
packaging.
were. I think they
Some
was it the Super
weird
Collection?
collection.
It was a name that
Like
had been applied to a lot of different other series in the
yeah,
90s. Yeah,
it was
but
like
I don't remember.
and the other ones, the smaller ones, I forgot. They had like this.
Soul of Hyper.
You could.
Yeah.
They were what they called?
I don't
What were
know
they
what
called?
they called in America, but they were re-releases of the Soul of Hyper figures from Japan.
Okay, yeah, those.
Those are
Yeah.
good.
But those are at they had them at Walmart, I think. I forgot. I don't remember the names anymore. But they had a lot of those things. Bandai America, I think. But that was in like 2009. That was like the last time I ever saw anything.
Well, Bandai did try to make another go at it when they got the license back, and they made like the Goku that you could put his clothes on or whatever.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Like
those
those
are
things.
the quick change. No, that was what was. I have a review of
Yeah, I
those.
know. I was gonna say you made a review of
Yeah.
it.
I just can't remember what they
those
were.
about like those and that packaging, the blue yellow packaging,
Yeah.
like those.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. Those. That was the last time I ever saw anything at like Walmart and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Carnage. You and I were kind of, grabbing some of the because there were all these different ones in those releases that they never ended up really releasing. They released like only on eBay for some reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They'd pop up
The
like
Go
that Super Saiyan 3 Power Charge,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
9-inch
Power
Goku,
Booster.
and there was was there a Frieza or something?
Frieza.
There's
Yeah,
a robotic Frieza.
robot. Right? Yeah, that was why didn't I get that goddamn thing? Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Years of
Weird.
regret washed over me, but yeah.
Weird that like
It
they
was
never.
weird, and then like the 4 or 5-inch line, there were all kinds of figures that were supposed to have come out that never came out, and
That's true.
I just wish I'm hoping that hopefully if Super comes to America and whatnot, for once they're gonna market Dragon Ball Z or whatever it's gonna Dragon Ball Super. They're gonna market it correctly this time because it's like my entire time being a Dragon Ball fan in America. The toy releases have never made sense with the show being on TV. It's like when I was on Toonami when I was a teenager, like we'd get re-releases of the Super Battle Collection figures and all these GT characters, and I had no idea who the hell any of them were for years. I'd buy them, and I'd love them, but it's
yeah.
and it's like the last time we got those really I can't remember what the series was called, but the little 4-inch figures of like
I know which ones you're talking about. The one that had the pieces of like the Shenron.
of Purunga.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
The show was even on TV. Nobody had a point of reference, so it's like if they could just put the show out in America and then release shit to go along with it that made sense and that people could like gravitate towards, I think it would. It's just strange how something so popular and so successful, never gets marketed correctly. It's just very strange.
That's true.
And marketed correctly under my opinion, anyway. I don't know. It just seems.
Well, when Irwin were releasing their own figures, and were they ever? No, right? They were released at random times as well, right?
I think
I
at
guess
I don't know.
first.
I don't remember.
Well, when they started releasing the Bandai stuff, they didn't care. They just released everything, and then they kind of tried to go along with what was going on TV at the time.
Like
Yeah, they were a
Irwin
little
one.
bit more logical.
When they started making their own figures.
Yeah, their own
Yeah.
figures. Yeah, they were doing it. I think as it was on TV. I believe.
I think they were a little bit
Kind of.
ahead in the figures. Because I think they came
Little
from
ahead.
Super Saiyan 3 and he'd never been on the show or something like that.
Yeah, what happened was that they kept on rerunning the show on Toonami up until just before Trunks showed up.
Yeah.
And they reran it like 5 or 6,000 bajillion times. It's like all of a sudden Gohan is 4 years old again. And
I know.
and I don't really know. I'm sure that people know. I'm sure it's probably all over Kanzenshu or something, but like I don't know exactly what the story was about why they didn't have the remaining episodes for so long. It took forever for the movies to all be released in America too. Movie 12 wasn't released until like 2000 and something. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
I know in Canada, for us, we had to wait for the Ocean dub because it was something about Canadian content laws, so we kept on going to a certain part in the Frieza saga, and then it would stop.
Yeah.
And then when they got that finished, we go to another part in like the Cell saga, and it would stop for a while until they finished dubbing the episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was happening though, and for us too. I think we just stopped because they had to dub it, and they would repeat it over and over and over until they were ready. I think that's what it was really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And back then there was no YouTube. Like, if you wanted to see little bits and pieces of the show or the movies, you'd have to go to all these sites and download these horrible, grainy little bits and pieces. And I remember first seeing, I had this Tapion figure for like years, and I finally figured out where he was from. It's an incredible feeling, But
That's happened so many times. I remember when I bought a Cell figure, I didn't know who the hell Cell was. I'm like, what? I don't know who that is.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny. I was little though. I was like 6 or something. I was,
Wow.
yeah.
yeah.
You're making me feel old, but that's okay.
It really is. I have to say, it's really kind of an amazing thing because it's like I really do feel like I've watched you grow up. Because like when I first started, you were like, were you 16
No,
or something like?
when I was first started in 2008, I was like
Yeah,
13 or
Whoa.
14.
it's amazing. Because I remember I wanted to make you an editor at one point. You wanted to be an editor for DBT, and I was like, I had to ask Action Online for permission, and I'm like, she's a kid, and they're like, no minors. It's like, but she's like the only one who really wanted to do it. But anyway, yeah, easy.
I was like 14. I'm serious. And like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy though to think like, wow, I was like freshman in high school when I started. I'm like, that's crazy now. So
yeah,
many years, and it's crazy
it's
how time
amazing.
flies. So,
Yep.
because like it doesn't feel like it was that long, but it really was that long. Like,
Mhm.
it's like, wow, damn,
It's
time
amazing.
flies. That's funny though. Remember, I've been on YouTube since because I remember my first video. I've been on YouTube since it started, like 2005 or 6.
6,
So,
yeah.
yeah, my first video, I did on this terrible webcam. It wasn't about DBZ, it was just me talking about, like, I was blogging or something. And
Yeah.
I uploaded it on my channel. It's really funny to see, but I'm, like, so small, I have braces and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cute, though. And I'm just like, I've always been SSJGoshin4 ever since I was, like, about, like, 11 or 12, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just a really funny video. I'm like, oh my god, look at me on my webcam. I'm like 12.
Yeah, it was crazy seeing your sister in a recent video because the last time I saw her, she was just a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember she was in one of my videos, I think, where I did like a commercial kind of thing.
Yeah.
She was in it, like a little bit. She was like, I don't know, like 5 or something, and she's 13 now. So
Wow.
Oh.
she's
You guys
she's
have
the
done like
age
an
I was
animation
when
thing.
I started.
Yeah, you
My
guys
sister,
you guys have done like an animation, I think, together. It was like these
oh yeah,
like
it
figures
was,
on strings or something. I don't know. It was so
yeah,
long
yeah.
ago. But yeah.
It's like a Christmas, Christmas Carol, like
Yes.
DBZ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
Oh my God, it's amazing.
that.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, time flies. It really does.
It really does.
Yeah, yeah, wow. Yeah, she's the same age as I was when I started, so that's crazy.
Oh, wow. It's amazing.
Um, but yeah, I forgot how we got into that conversation, but
Yeah, I don't know either. Sorry, non sequiturs abound, but whatever. Can't be.
um, yeah, but I think I was talking about like YouTube from that, like I've been on it for that long, so
Mhm.
2006, long time. YouTube was so different back then. It's
Oh,
insane how different it was.
it's totally
And
different now.
Yep.
when I was on it, like people were uploading full episodes of anime and like what it was
Yeah,
whatever. They were uploading as long ass videos. Didn't matter at the time. It didn't matter.
it was
And
a no man's land. It's just
there was it was cool. Like, I remember that. And people that were popular on YouTube were just bloggers, like people on the webcam just talking. I remember that.
Mhm.
It's that's wow, crazy to think about. And remember when my original channel got deleted? I was so
oh
pissed.
yeah.
I remember
Oh, you were
that.
so
Yep.
upset. It was a terrible
So
thing. I mean, so many
sad.
videos.
I was sad. I didn't have some of them like saved, so I was sad. And I had
Yeah.
I think like about 1,000 or something subscribers at the time. That was a lot, like at the time
Oh
for
yeah.
me.
Uh-huh.
Back in
It was
those
like
days, 1,000 subscribers
yeah.
was like a lot, a lot.
So I was like devastated. I was like, no, I have
Yeah, I
a
felt so bad when that
2006.
happened.
Yeah.
But the rules were so like, I mean, nobody knew how to have like a. I mean, like the whole copyright situation, like everything was just so new, and nobody really knew what you could and couldn't get away with, and people did get away with stuff, so it was easy to assume.
That's a weird thing. I
That
do the same thing that someone else did, and I'm like, why am I getting a strike and they're not? I'm doing the exact same
Exactly.
thing. What the
Yeah.
heck?
yeah. So it was bad. I remember I had to like I didn't have a backup account or nothing, so I had to like go on my email, because it tells you who subscribes in your email.
Mhm.
So I have to go on my email and message each person individually.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was like then I just made the J, and I still say SSJGoshin4 because I'm just so used to it. I don't say the J in my name when I introduce myself. But
I'm the same way. I just say Carnage6, not 6X.
yeah, so like it was so bad. I had to message every single person, and like, I mean, whatever. I guess I'm where I'm at now, so it's whatever. But at the time, it was terrible. I think I cried actually. I was so sad.
I don't blame you. I would have cried too. I mean, I've never lost a channel, but I would be devastated if I did.
I came
Uh,
close.
Did you?
Well,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because I had like about 2 strikes or something, then I had to like back off of doing anything copyright for like a long time. I put like a song or something as an intro, and it would get flagged, and it
Yeah.
wasn't fun. So I had to like, okay, I'm not going to do anything that can be considered copyright for like 6 months.
it was on this channel.
Yeah, it was the same channel. I've only had this one channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to admit this, but I would say the first 50 videos that I have on Dragonballtoys are privated because I was an idiot at the time and I used Rock the Dragon at the end of every video.
Oh, yeah.
And when because at the time I was working towards getting a partnership, and then I finally got the partnership, and I'm like, okay, this is where I can really get into trouble, is if I monetize, content with copyrighted material. So I kind of like made all that go away, but I should go back and like re-edit some of those older ones and
Rock the
release.
Dragon. I don't think you'll get strikes for that song, honestly. But better safe than sorry.
That's probably that's another thing too, is like it's such a gray area like with that song. So
Well,
I'm
I've
not
heard
really
from some people that it doesn't matter if your videos are privated. If they have copyright material, you can still get strikes.
I heard about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't really know what the rules are now.
I heard this other thing about people getting strikes for making videos, just videos talking about Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, I've
Really?
heard. Yeah, I've heard that Toy is kind of
Like,
ban happy.
Yeah.
yeah, and I stopped making mine because of that. I'm like, I'm not making any more. No way. I'm not gonna risk
Oh,
it. That's why I
yeah.
stopped.
Miss DBZ Babe
Yep.
got, but she used footage, so
Yeah.
that probably.
She got a strike.
Yes, she
I don't
did.
know that she
Well,
got
I know
a strike.
she had to take down a bunch of videos and redo them all.
Yeah, I don't know that she got a strike though. I don't really know exactly what.
Yeah, because like it started happening after episode 5 of people were bashing the episode because of the animation. That's when it started happening. But like maybe they got pissed. They were like, shit, they're talking shit about it. But I don't know.
I'm
But I
surprised.
stopped.
Well,
I stopped doing my.
I think it's sort of like what Nintendo recently did, right? If I'm not mistaken, like you couldn't review. What was it, reviewing or playing? I mean, there's all
I think
these like.
playing. It
Yeah,
depends. Yeah, I think even footage. If you don't have permission from Nintendo and you use footage, I think they can claim your video.
right.
They can take the money from your video.
I don't know. It's a
I,
little
I
ridiculous.
yeah,
You
like
can't.
I know some companies put like holds on reviews just because either I don't know whether it's because they're trying to monetize every cent of it, like they just want the reviews to come from certain people that they know they're going to get a cut from, or I don't know. I don't know what the reasons for it are.
You have to be like authorized by Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
crazy.
But
Yeah.
I stopped making my reviews on the episodes because of what I heard. So I'm like, I don't want to risk it. Like,
Yep.
just by talking about it, that's so stupid. Whatever. But yep. Maybe it's because it didn't come out here yet. I don't know. In the U.S.
Maybe. I just know that Toy has been really, really heavy with that stuff. I had videos where I posted like I would do edits. I posted when the new one of the new intros came up a long time ago, and I posted that, and it got taken down by them right away.
Was like you uploaded that whole intro?
I uploaded the intro. I can't remember what it was for. It was like maybe 6 or 7 years ago, something like that.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
long time ago.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was. Well, it might have been the Kai intro actually.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it was. Maybe like
Oh.
5 or so years ago. And then when they just first showed it, I put it on my channel, and then it got taken down by them right away.
Mm.
I
Wow.
do have I have the I have the Mexican commercial. I think it's Mexican. It's the from Mexico or maybe it's in Portuguese. I don't remember. But it's the one where it's a Super Battle Collection Trunks, but they market it as Bulma.
That's so funny.
Yeah, have you
That
ever
was
seen that?
funny. Yes. I
Absolutely
love that.
bizarre. I still have that one on private just because it does use footage from the show, so I don't know if they would take that one down necessarily, but that is so funny.
Yeah.
It was Joska, right? That one? It was
Just,
the brand of Joska.
Yes, yeah, Jokesa, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
I saw one of their figures on eBay before.
I think, yeah, I have too, once or twice. I've seen the Gohan, and I think I saw the Trunks at one point, yeah.
Bulma.
I should have bought that. That was just too funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Actually, on my channel, I don't know if you saw it, but I have a compilation of commercials,
Oh,
Dragon Ball figure commercials. It's like one of my most viewed videos, actually. But it's just like a bunch of old DBZ toy commercials, and like it has some footage from the show, I guess, because they use it, but I don't get anything from it. I don't get.
yeah,
Actually, I'm not able to monetize it. They won't let me monetize it, but don't let me have it.
right.
yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. And I
Yeah,
remember
they
I
make more
tried.
allowances now for certain
Yeah.
things.
I tried to monetize it once, and they told me, and they said I couldn't do it. They left the video up. They just said I couldn't monetize it. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's interesting the way all that works.
yeah. Isn't it funny when one of like your most randomest videos gets like a bunch of views?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's one video that I have, and for some reason, some website, and I don't know if it's Spain or like it's some kind of foreign country, but it's like taken off, and every day I get comments in a foreign language. It's from this one video.
I
It's
was
like,
I was very popular on Brazilian 4chan style sites for a while. So, because a lot my Broly video
Yeah.
and all the Boo videos, those have all ended up all kinds of different places. So yeah, I get some very funny comments on those in many different languages,
no, that's hilarious. Yeah,
hatred
like.
in many tongues. Oh,
Yeah,
well.
it's funny like, when like a random video of yours gets like so many views. Like my most viewed almost, I think it's almost at 1 million views now. My most viewed video. It's like 800,000 or something. But it's the video of me reviewing the Scouter, that Scouter, and I'm like, I don't even really like that video. I really don't like that video. It's
Yeah,
like I did it at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I was downstairs, and because I wanted to have like a nice like scenery, so I was downstairs and I was filming, and I was like kind of whispering in my review because like I didn't want like to wake up my family, and like it's so noticeable that I'm whispering, and I'm like ew, like I don't like this video, but it has a lot of views for some reason. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it does. So
yeah, it's very funny. I think my most viewed video is actually not on DVT or Forever Wolf Films. It's on this like tiny little channel I only had for a little while called Spin Ninja Spin, which is all about Lego Ninjago because I worked for Lego at the time, so I was obsessed with the toys. And it's just a silent video of me taking apart one of the spinners. And that's got like over 200,000 views. It's really annoying to me. It's like, I don't know, but
Yeah.
whatever.
the most randomest video will get like so
Yeah,
many views.
Yep.
Like what the hell? Not the one I worked the hardest on, but the
yeah.
random one.
That's the way it always is. Yep.
Not the movie I, spent 2 years trying to make, but whatever. It's just the way it works out.
You never been to any no, because I've asked Carnage, but
Yeah.
have you ever wanted to like a con before?
I'd love to. I mean, I used to go to Comic-Con when I was a kid. I mean, way back before I even knew what Dragon Ball was. But I haven't ever. I mean, back when I was working for Action Online, I kind of considered like trying to get a booth, at a convention or doing something special, but I just never really kind of knew where to start or how to really do it properly. But it's definitely something I'd be interested in trying at least once in my
I'd love to
life.
go to a convention and like film and stuff like that, but I've
Yeah,
never been to a convention yet.
They're fun.
Mhm.
Like
it is.
I,
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been going since I was like 13. My first one I think was in Jersey, but all anime, comic, movie, whatever related cons. But
Yeah.
they're I love them. Like I have so much fun going to them because like I love cosplaying. Cosplaying is fun as hell. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and just be Goku and stuff for a day. Why not? That's awesome. And like take pictures and like meet up with a lot of like other fans and people you've been talking to online because that's happened to me. Like I've met a lot of fellow YouTubers at cons and it's
Mhm.
really awesome. Like I don't know if you guys know Neo GameSpark, but I got to meet him
Yeah, I'm
and
subscribed to him. Yeah.
I know the name at least. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, he was really big around 2009.
Mhm.
He would talk about just anime and different anime stuffs in general, but
Mhm.
um I've I've been subscribed to him for a long time, and he's a cool guy, and we decided to meet up. We made a video together, so that was cool. And I got to meet Miss DBZ Babe, of course, Maria. She's awesome.
Yep.
And then I got to
Yep.
meet Storms Inc. I don't know if you guys know Storms Inc.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
Yep. Hmm.
yeah, I got to meet him too. We made a video, and then Bob Samurai. He's really known in the anime community. He does a lot of anime like reviews and stuff. So he's a good
Yeah.
friend of mine. I got to meet him. Well, not really got to meet him, but we got to collab and stuff. So that was
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
So the cons and stuff, it's like so different, and you get to, I guess, share your fandom with other people that share the same thing with you. So it's awesome. And the fact that when I go there, I get people telling me, "I watch you on YouTube." I don't know them, but they come up to me and they like recognize me and stuff. And I think that's insane. Like that still surprises me, even though it's happened a couple of times. It's still like I'm like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
I remember I was working, and somebody recognized me when I was working at my job.
At
I was like,
work?
ew, out of all places, I work.
That happened to
And
me at the Lego store too.
oh, really? How cool is that though when that happens? Like it's like what? And especially when you don't know them. Like it's like wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's happened when I went to my local mall. I was just playing at the arcade, and then he was like, "Oh, you're that girl with the huge collection. I've seen." I'm like, "That's
Oh, shit.
awesome." It's still surreal, like to me. I'm like, I can't believe that happens. So,
Yeah, it's
um,
crazy.
I don't have
yeah,
that experience yet, but I don't show my face. If it did
it's
happen,
still
it would really weird me out because they'd have to know from my voice, and I'd be like, whoa.
That would be really scary, actually, if they could recognize you just from your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I got recognized when I went to see not Battle of Gods, the last one. Why am I blanking on the name of the movie?
Resurrection of F.
Yeah, there you go, Resurrection F. I got recognized by a couple of people there, and
So
I used to get
cool.
recognized every now and again when I worked at the Lego store.
Mm.
They're like, "Are you Oldphan?" I'm like,
That's so cool. Saying like at cons is where people really recognize you because
"Yeah,
they're people that like anime and stuff. So
Yeah.
they go there, they see you, and then that's where I get recognized the most, of course, at cons, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I've been watching you on YouTube for so long." Like, and it's
yeah,
just it's and like, can I take a picture with you? Like, like oh
I
okay,
think
that's
that's
so
awesome."
weird.
Yeah, that
Appreciate it.
is.
Like,
I really would like to. I mean, I kind of I almost did it this last summer. I actually like went to like Anime Next or something. I really would like to do it. I just kind of I want to go like for a reason though. Like
Mm.
I'd like. I mean, personally, I just like I'd like to go like because I have something I want to present or
oh
something. Like I
Yeah.
just want like, and I don't really have that yet just because I've been so out of the loop and like I'd love to do something about Dragon Ball toy history just because that's so people
that'd
just
be
don't know that
so
stuff.
Yeah.
like to do a panel on that.
Yeah.
That'd
To
be
do a
awesome.
panel on that. Yeah, and
I've
like
always
and
do that, like a panel at a con, but I didn't know where to start and who to do it with me. I don't want to do it alone, so I'm
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
I've thought about it for a long time to do a panel, but I just didn't know a plan. Like I need a plan to like what to talk
yeah.
about, and I would like to do it with someone, and I just don't know anybody like around me that really is that knowledgeable about the figures. So
Well,
Well,
yeah. There's a people on YouTube that I subscribe to called Retro Blasting, and they do like cons too, and they talk about like old toys and stuff like that, like really old toys from when I was a kid. But like they tell you, and they do it in a way that it's very funny too. That's it's very enjoyable, very funny. So if you ever get a chance, you should look at some of their con
Oh yeah.
videos. They just posted some from Dragon Con that they did, and
Oh,
that's if
cool.
I was gonna do it, I would like it to be like that. But I'm not that funny, so.
Yeah, I mean, I suck at
I
coming up with jokes too. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's doable though. I mean, and I mean, part of the built, like, I think it's got some jokes built in too, just because of how bad so many
yeah,
of the toys are.
Yeah.
It's
You just
like
have to show the
there's kind
picture,
of
really.
yeah, it's like just basically like a PowerPoint, and then like a bunch of us just talking. Like that would be
or even if
so.
you have a figure, you could bring it in and like show it, and like that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
and then maybe do like some sort of giveaway or something like that. I mean, I think that would be really, really, really fun. Yeah, it's definitely something I would consider like putting together and trying to do. I mean, personally, I've just got so many focuses right now and shit that I'm doing. It's like it's really. I mean, it's kind of the way it's had to be, but it is kind of sad how much Dragon Ball, like just in my life, has kind of had to take a back seat. But that would be a really and also like I spent so many years trying to get the whole archive thing going in these various iterations, and I've officially failed 4 times now. But like my hope was like to actually get a great Dragon Ball archive going some way somehow, and then that would be the perfect like vehicle to actually enter a kind of con scene with, because again you could do like presentations on the history, but
Yeah.
maybe it'd be possible to do it just without an archive, just because it's just too much investment of time. I just can't do it anymore.
It's a lot of work.
It
It's
is.
such a lot of work. Oh my god.
There's so many, so many.
Yeah. It's I mean, just to get for the longest time it was a matter of like, what software do you use to to enter in that many entries, and
Oh
the
yeah.
basic website structure just doesn't allow for thousands and thousands and thousands of entries, and so like now I can do I know how to use archival software, but like now there's that whole Dragon Ball Encyclopedia thing, or what is it called? That amazing like wiki site, and that has most of the toys in
It
it.
it has a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like a dedicated Dragon Ball toy archive. Like really isn't. It's just not needed anymore. It's. Um,
True.
I don't think maybe so, but
Oh.
still.
I don't know about that. I mean, your stuff that you had on there, there's some stuff there that I've never seen.
Yeah, exactly. I've never seen some of that stuff that
Uh,
I've seen on your thing. It's true. I'm like, well,
yeah,
I've never
I
seen
got
that
really
one. What?
lucky
I've never seen
because
that.
yeah, I got really lucky because some of the people that were still on Dragon Ball Toys, the old site back in the day, like when I got there, were still there. Like KK Chung. I don't know if you guys knew him at all.
I
He
know
was,
him, yes.
oh, KK, I miss him so
I
much.
know, me too.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to KK, but I mean, he was like, say, he was the Dragon Ball Santa Claus. I mean, he just could find anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he shared with me like all of this like all these ads for old Epoch Dragon Ball toys, like stuff from '85, like
Wow.
really early on. And so I guess I do have. Maybe I should just find a way of submitting that stuff to that wiki so that it can be up
Yeah,
somewhere.
right?
That would probably be the best thing to do.
Hmm.
But
That's
yeah, it's just too much of an effort to build a whole other site now.
mm. But yeah, like I definitely want to do piano one day. Just have to figure out how to do it. Or
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's doable. I mean, you should totally design one and just do it at some point. I don't know.
And I would definitely like record it and put it on my YouTube channel once I do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hmm. That'd be awesome, actually. Um, but I have to figure out what con and stuff because that's a little annoying too. You have to like kind of um
Submit a
apply.
proposal.
You
Yeah.
have to like apply everything. So
Well, I think some of the the smaller cons would probably be more open to it because they probably don't have a lot of competition. Where if you try to go to Comic Con, obviously you're not going to be able to get in at all.
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Maybe Anime Next. I think Anime
Mhm.
Next allows like fan
I haven't
submissions.
been
And
there in a
I
couple
don't know. I could be
Hmm.
wrong about that.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll
Last
make
time,
that as kind of a goal for next summer. Is try to do something at one con, but we'll see.
I think I think Anime Next last time I went was 2012 probably. I go to
It
a
was
couple. Like I try to go out. Like I travel when it comes to cons sometimes. I think the first trip I went on my own was to see the Battle of Gods premiere in LA. Like that
yeah.
was by myself. I've never been like completely on my own like that before.
Hmm.
So it was like it was crazy how that all happened though. It was literally last minute. Like I got a tweet from Miss DBZ Babe and she's like, enter the contest, like they're giving away like I guess tickets to go see the premiere. And she's like, all you gotta do is tell them why, like you want to go, and then they might choose you. I'm like, she's like, because I got a ticket to go. And I'm like, oh, okay, awesome. So I just tried it out. They said, okay, you can come. And I'm like, what? I can come? So I'm talking to her. She was like, yeah, it's just last minute, but I'm gonna do it because you never know if it's gonna happen again. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. That's what I said. I was like, fuck. So so I decided it was literally like a week before the premiere. So I had to plan that out within a couple of days. I had to tell my job I have to go like for like a couple of days. And then I looked up the plane tickets. The hotel was expensive. It was last minute.
Yeah.
But I was, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Because I did have the money, but it was expensive. But I was just like, I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna be fun. It's the same weekend as Anime Expo.
Hmm.
So I was able to go to the con and to the premiere and everything. So I'm like, it'll be cool.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I got two tickets, and so there was another ticket. And I'm like, who can I take with me? And I'm like, who would actually be willing to fly, and see it as well, spend money? So I was trying to find somebody, and then I told one of my friends. I didn't think he would say okay, but he was like, you know what, you're right. Maybe once in a lifetime chance, I'll go with you. I'm like, what? So he
Oh,
actually,
also,
That's
yeah, he
nice.
lives
Yeah.
in Texas, and
Oh.
I met him once before at a con in Florida. We've been friends for a very long time. He's watched me from YouTube. That's how we became friends. So then he was just like, yeah, I'll go. So I flew in from Florida. He flew in from Texas, and we met up I was there first. The next day he came in, and we shared the hotel room, and it was pretty cool. And then I saw Maria, Miss DBZ Babe, and we like hung out and stuff at the con. It was really fun. And then like the premiere, and we just did so much in 2 days. Like in 2 days, we did so much. And that premiere was fun. Like
Hmm.
it was really cool. Like I got to see like a bunch of other DBZ fans that I've known from online, and they all went to the premiere as well. Like some famous cosplayers. Like I don't know if you know Living Ichigo, but he was there.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
he's famous like cosplayer, and then like I don't know if you know for Neverworld, he was there. He's
Yep.
a
Hmm.
like a
oh yeah,
big
yeah.
YouTuber. Yeah. And a couple other cosplayers I'm familiar with, DBZ ones that are popular. So it was cool, and then the voice actors were there, and they were like, we watched it with them the first time watching it with them. It was just so that was awesome. But I wish I was able to go to this one. I wasn't able to go to this one for
Oh.
the Resurrection F.
Hmm.
That one seemed
Yeah.
even cool, like even better, way better than the one I went to.
Yeah.
Like it was. Eh.
Sounds like an awesome time though.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
was it was awesome. It was totally worth the money I spent. Like I was not regretting it at all. Like but yeah, I go above and beyond. My mom thought I was fucking crazy. She was like, "What? You're by yourself?" Like she thinks I'm crazy for my collection anyway, so
Hmm.
she doesn't understand
Well,
it. But
they don't understand
yeah,
sometimes,
That's right.
but
it's
oh
true.
well.
I'm like, oh well. She's like, it's your money. So, but do you have any like future videos you guys have planned?
I don't know. How
Not
about you?
really.
Carnage? Do you?
Why future videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few. I wanted to do a review of. I told Goshin this last time. That of a Japanese arcade game called Dragon Ball VR Versus.
Oh yeah.
I
That
want
would
to
be
do a
amazing.
review of that. I'm just trying to figure out how to do the capture thing when I don't have a capture card.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of
Yes,
doing it through a DVD recorder, but we'll see how that turns out. I've
yeah.
got
That's part expensive.
I've got potential videos, but I don't know if I'm going to do them. I have a bootleg DOD Super Saiyan God Goku, the blue hair one.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Sweet.
I
I want to
wanted,
see that.
I wanted that, but I didn't end up getting it.
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple ideas. I'm just not sure what
Yeah.
to do next. What about you, old fan? Have you been thinking of doing anything Dragon Ball related?
I have. I mean, I really do have quite a number of videos I want to make. Like, I have a lot of just boxes of stuff. I want to go through the boxes and just kind of like, like I have tons of mini. I want to do like a. I want to. I had like this little series years ago that only had about 2 or 3 episodes of called My Favorite Mini, and I think I want to bring that back just because I love minifigures and they just don't get a lot of love.
Yeah.
See, I'm the
There's a whole
opposite. I
bunch
don't
of.
like.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
I'm the opposite. I don't like minifigures.
Yeah, you don't like minifigures. I know. I mean, I like them all. I like the jumbo figures too, in all different sizes. But I just love how detailed. Because I'm a sculptor, so it's like, and I make miniatures, so I just love minifigures because I just feel like I've learned so much about sculpture through them, you know. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of. I want to do a Goten and Trunks costume video that I've been planning for years,
Oh.
and yeah, but I mean, I do have a bunch of stuff planned. It's just a matter of when I have time because I'm very very busy with my other channel, Forever Wolf Films,
Mhm.
and I'm working on a number of different movies and stuff with my other art projects. So, um, eventually, I'd like to do a sculpture series because I've had this sculpture in mind of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan for forever, and I really want to do it. But again, it's just a matter of finding, when I can. But
Well, you're an amazing sculptor. I've seen all your sculptures that you've posted on your other channel.
Yeah.
They're
thank you so much.
amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I've done some Dragon Ball sculptures in the past. I don't think I have that video up on my on DVD. I think I have it on Oldphan 1, but it's been years since I've done any. So yeah, little by little, as time permits, I'll get back into things, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. As
Thank you.
far as me,
You have
um,
like a bazillion videos already planned, right?
Yeah.
well, I have so much I have to do that. Like I start and then like I realize I haven't made a video in that series like in a long time. Like I haven't made a video about this in a long time. Oops, I forgot, and I have to do it, but I forget. But next I want to continue the video game ones. People like it. They actually really like it. So I'm like, okay, I guess they're gonna have fun seeing me play through this game. And I
Yeah.
just started doing a storage video, like a video of all the stuff in my
Yeah.
storage.
I just saw that. Yeah.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Whatever. I'm just gonna do it. So, I'm gonna be doing that. So, um, I got the idea from Carnage, so he gave me the idea. Uh,
Ah, there you go.
uh, yeah, because like I'm like, I'll do that. And they've barely seen anything from my storage, like anyone on my YouTube. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. And what
that's
else?
a good idea.
Don't have anything else.
Did you do a
More.
review of your plush friend you just got?
No, I'm
And
gonna do
we
video.
won't talk about it right now, but
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. I'm gonna do a video just on that alone
uh
because it's that awesome. But it's kind of like, the dancing boo that I
yeah,
have.
yep.
I had to do a video just on that because
That
it's
is
so
so
fun.
insane. Like, where did that song come from? I don't even know.
So funny.
What is
I should.
this?
Well, I have it. I can show it. You didn't see the video. I have it on my YouTube. But if you didn't, I have the
Oh,
plush to show you. It's so funny.
You have
oh,
to show
yeah, I
it.
don't think I saw that one.
You have to show it. It's nuts. I don't even get it. Like,
Hold on. This is okay. This is Dancing Boo.
It dances?
It dances and it plays the most randomest song. Like I've never heard that song ever.
Huh.
Has nothing to do with Dragon Ball at all. Hold on. Okay. You press the hand and it'll dance more.
Shazam this and see what song that is. That is bizarre.
How random is that?
Oh, I was trying to Shazam it, but it stopped. That is really weird. Are you
Right?
sure that's an official piece of merchandise?
I don't know. It's from that one, the Chinese. Remember, like they have so many plushies that I don't know if they're real or not.
Yeah.
Like
I bet you
it
anything
comes
that's a bootleg.
with this.
Yep.
That's
This is
quite a find, though, regardless of wherever it is. That's an awesome find. I mean, that's just so weird.
I don't know, like honestly, if it is like official or not, but it has the Chinese like logo on it, Dragon Ball Z
Yeah.
logo. So I don't know if it's official, but it kind of looks like it. I don't know.
Well, especially because it doesn't have the song credited anywhere on the tag. You know, it's like if it was an official piece of merchandise that also had a cross promotion with an actual boy band or whatever the fuck that was, I'd imagine it would probably be somewhere on the tag. So, and it's not too uncommon for like weird electronic bootleg toys to just have like some
That's true.
random song on it. But
That's true.
regardless, I love it. That's amazing. Yeah, I remember back in the day. I remember back in the day where having a Toei sticker actually meant something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't now.
It doesn't at all now. Yeah, everything is so easily bootlegged.
Well, I did Shazam the song before, and it's called She. I don't know.
It's called Sheep.
No, no. It's called She.
Oh,
She.
Sheep.
Okay.
I don't know, like, what the heck, but
Wow,
Boo likes the song, so.
Yep.
that's a great item. That's
Yeah,
really,
like,
really.
say, this Chinese, whatever, bootleg, I guess, people make a bunch of other ones. This is from the same people that make this. They make that, the Piccolo head that have the plushie, the huge Piccolo
Yeah.
plush head. They make that. They make, I don't know, a bunch of other jumbo plushies. So I don't know if they're fake or not. I have no idea. They're Chinese, definitely, though. So
Yeah.
but those are a mystery to me. I can't even tell if they're real or not because they look really good too. So
Yeah, that's the thing is, I mean, yeah, like back in our day, back in the old days of DBT, bootlegs were like, I mean, like bootlegs were always bad looking.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as a nice looking bootleg. But now it's like, there's no way. It's so hard to tell things apart. I mean, it's bootlegs are just so nice, and I don't know. I have no idea how to advise people anymore. I mean, I really don't. I mean, back at like 2 years ago, it was easier, but now it's like I have no idea what to tell people anymore. Half the time.
that's true. But I really like the Mexican bootlegs. They're awesome.
Oh, I love those figures. Those are like my favorite of all time.
I just got this one. Wait, hold on. The Ozaru, the Super Battle Collection Ozaru bootleg. I just bought that one. It's really cool.
Yes, I've seen that. That's amazing. There's
That one.
oh, you're so lucky. That's amazing. There's
It's
so
cool.
many of them I wish I had bought. Like,
Yeah.
and I've seen pictures of like places in Mexico where they're actually being sold at
Really?
stalls.
Wow.
And I wish I could tell you I haven't dreamed of going there, in my mind and buying the purple Gokus and the, the neon orange, Friezas and all that shit.
You know, they have a Champa figure.
They do?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I'm like
12
I'm gonna.
inches.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
I one I haven't seen.
So on the Dragon Ball wiki, I know there's at least a picture of one or two of them. I'm pretty sure that's the site that I saw them on.
It's not eBay. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not eBay. I have not seen that, but granted, I haven't truly searched hard recently. But I do keep on seeing. There's also a website I think it's like a blog spot type of thing called Ugly Dragonballtoys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they've posted a couple of Champa or Beerus, like very large vinyl figures, and
Wow.
I would love to have one of those. Like that's I don't buy a lot of Dragon Ball toys, but anymore. But
That's the new one coming out. The new
oh
figure.
wow, I hadn't seen that. Love that.
Here I
It's
have
awesome.
one. Here's a Champa right here.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm watching. I'm like, I'm fucking getting it.
That is so ugly. Oh my god, I love it.
I want that so bad. Like I saw that, I'm like, what? No, they're so
Wow,
cool.
that is
They're awesome.
awesome.
It is.
I love ugly Dragon Ball toys. It is a wonderful thing upon this earth.
Yep.
Face. No, yeah, and they make awesome ones. The Mexican one, the bootlegs. The first ones I remember seeing were AF figures that they made.
Yeah,
Those
that
are the
was.
Yeah.
first ones I started seeing.
I have a couple of
Yeah,
And
those.
after that, they made other ones.
Yeah,
Those are really
they are getting rare, aren't they? I mean, I remember I was buying a lot of them at one point. Like every once in a while, I notice like just how many I have and get
I
a
still
little.
am, so.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I mean, they're just awesome. But the AF ones that he was initially putting out, like these white-haired Super Saiyan 6 Gokus or whatever the hell they were,
Yeah.
just such nice figures. I mean, and
they're like very different looking.
I did lead test them at one point, so that
Well, that's good.
they didn't end up having any lead in them, which is nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I have bought like I think I have two of them, the AF ones. I think I have Broly or something, Super Saiyan, I don't even know. And then I think I have Super Saiyan 5 Goku. I like them.
But then
They have
they
such
also
rough.
put out. Oh, sorry, sorry, there's a bit of lag, so if I'm interrupting, I apologize.
Okay.
But then they also released, like, I was just Carnage earlier today. I actually was watching your channel a little bit, and like there was so many of these I'd forgotten about, like the Mr. Satan that they released with the removable cape, and then I have like that Goten and Trunks, and it's like they're not. I mean, they have all kinds of faults, like they're totally shitty and all like blah 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 blah. But those are like the largest Goten and Trunks figures I ever made.
Yeah.
And it's one of the nicest Mr. Satans
It is.
ever.
Yep.
And so it's just weird how some of these bootleg entities or companies or whatever the hell they are they actually kind of end up giving us what we want, like more than the real companies half the time. And I just find that so funny.
Oh look, here's one I can show you right now. It's the Beerus.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have a couple
nice.
different Beerus figures. One that lights up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. I never end up getting that one, but this one's pretty cool. I like. It's not that bad, in my opinion. I mean, I have one that looks terrible. I have one that looks like Scooby Doo.
I have to say that one thing I hope comes back in style that I was a huge fan of was like how many vinyl figures Band Presto was releasing a couple of years ago, and that was just those are your favorites. Yeah,
the large. I love. Like my scenery now for my videos, the whole back is the vinyl figures.
Yep.
I love those.
Exactly. I love them. Those are like the nicest. They look like they jumped out of the show. I mean, they're just like the nicest figures.
Those. I don't know. I like large figures. That's why I really love large ones. So.
Yeah, the jumbo. That's basically like when I got into collecting again. Was I got like a 12-inch Band Presto Super Saiyan Trunks, and I was just like, these toys can look like this. They can look this good, and I wish they'd continued with that. I don't really know why especially with the Dragon Ball stuff. The first series. I mean, they're releasing those ones that were like this big, and I wish they'd done an Upa. That would have been like
that would be
no
awesome.
toy. And it would have been so great.
It seems like they just do a series and then all of a sudden they just lose interest or it doesn't sell and then they just stop and you wait. Well, you didn't make this figure, you didn't make this figure. We should have kept going, but they don't.
Yeah.
But speaking of those, though, they're making a lot of bootlegs of them. Or me and Carnage were talking about it. But they're making like new ones that look official, but they're not.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Dabura and what was the other one?
Yeah.
Boo figure
That's so
there.
weird.
Yeah. They have
And
a fat Boo now, and they have like a kid Trunks and
yeah.
Yeah,
And those
but they've been doing that for a
characters,
while. Like even when they
they're
were
cool.
releasing, what was that like weird Goku they released with the long, like the way too long arms
oh
and
yeah.
the power pole
Uh-huh.
and and then there was that like Dragon World Krillin like that they released. That I have it. I did a review of it. It was like out. I took the
I
toy
remember
outside and I reviewed it.
Is that the one that looked like the the smaller figures? Those really
Yeah,
Yeah, I have that one too. I finally got that one too.
and it was just Krillin. It was just
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And
So
that's all
yeah,
they ever made, yeah.
and I have
I
no
remember
idea whether it's official or not. So yeah,
that's so funny. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these. I mean, I'm positive those are not real, but
yeah,
they look really nice.
And they
they're
go
so nice.
yeah, they go out of their way to make it look real. They put the toy sticker, they put like stuff on says only uses a prize in Japan and all the stuff on the back of the box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like if they had made vinyl versions of all of the Dragon World figures, I would have bought them all
Yeah.
because
that's
that was such a
awesome.
nice series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty cool. Yeah, I love those vinyls. They take up a lot of space,
they
but
do.
they're cool. They're cool.
Most of mine are in storage.
Mine too. I don't have enough room to display all
Yeah,
that stuff.
They took over my closet.
yeah. I love the way you have them displayed, though. I mean, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I thought that's the perfect scenery for like my videos. It captures people's attention. I have like a little studio in my freaking room now. The freaking lighting and the tripod and my camera and the
Yeah,
microphone. Like, yeah.
the figures that I'm most interested in finally getting a complete collection of, and just even seeing a complete collection of is like I think both of you have some of the Ultra Figus, Dragon Ball mini figures that are from Peru. Do
Yep.
you guys remember? Like a lot of people hate them, but I love them.
I love them. They're one of the
I think
first
so.
weird Dragon Ball things I collected way back in the day.
Yeah, and they were
Mhm.
super rare for. I mean, like I think they still are, but I
Yeah.
mean, like people didn't like think they even. I mean, it was almost like the Yadrat Goku for a while. Like people just didn't even think they were around.
That's right.
But anyway, aside from those figures, they also released 1-inch variant of all of them, and
Oh.
I just so
The what?
happened to get a 1-inch variant of all
Oh,
of
wow.
these Peruvian. They're either Peruvian or Argentine from Argentina. I don't know. But I just so happened to get like maybe about 10 of them at one point,
Wow.
and I've never seen anybody else with them.
Hmm.
And I cannot find photographs of them anywhere. The only thing I know is that there were a couple of other companies, one called Winters and another one called Cremino, in different parts of South America that released unpainted versions of the 1-inch figures, but they were also like kind of different sculpts. Like they were variants even on the variants. So I'd like to get like a full collection of those. And I'd just like to see how many there actually were.
Yeah.
But
I
those,
don't remember what they look like, to be honest.
uh, uh,
I have
Carnage has a really good review of them.
yeah, I
Yeah,
have a video of them.
yeah.
One of my earliest videos.
I know I sent some to you at one point,
Yeah.
Goshin. We did a trade, and I sent you some
Really?
of them. There's like a Yamcha, and it's Desert Bandit Yamcha, and there's a Chi-Chi. I mean, there's a lot of there's a
I don't
Princess
remember.
Snake. It's a really like all these really weird obscure characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, you gave those to me. I seriously don't remember those.
No, that's all right.
Maybe it was someone.
You'll remember them when you see them again. It'll all come flooding back.
Yeah, I've never
Oh,
seen anyone who had like a complete collection of them.
Neither have I. Yeah, no, especially not the 1-inchers.
Mm.
And then the other thing that I have is a collector who I don't know if either of you remember, his name was GQ Krillin.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
okay, so you guys know GQ. I don't really know what happened to GQ Krillin, but like he was like the world's greatest Krillin collector. He had like hundreds
yeah,
of Krillin figures.
Mm-hmm.
It was
yeah.
unbelievable. Yeah, and he once I used to do custom figures for him, and he gave me these figures that we think are from Thailand somewhere, and we think they may have come with some kind of food, and they are probably the worst figures I've ever seen in my life. Like they're just single color. The characters are totally deformed and almost unrecognizable. And I've never seen anybody else with them. I had a video of them years ago, but the video was like such poor quality that I took it down. I'll have to make one at some point.
Look at that. Well, I just saw what you're looking.
Someone has a collection of Mexican bootleg figures. They're only asking $1,495.
That's cool though.
That's a great collection of them. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I've got a question for you
What's
guys.
the original?
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
No, my bad. Do you guys think that we'll ever see the rest of the Korean series?
I don't know if it was ever actually made. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. It's true.
I love them, though. They look amazing.
I adore them. Yeah. I'm just so shocked we even found one of them.
Yeah.
I think they look really awesome, though. You know?
I love mine. I mean, it is kind of a hokey little figure, but I mean, it does...
I don't have any of them.
It was pretty expensive, I gotta be honest, but it was. I thought it was worth it. I mean, I was pretty happy to. Oh, he's jacked the price up.
Yeah, I know.
That's so cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome if they did have more. I don't think they ever made any though, because that's the only one I've.
Yeah, see, here's the back of the box. Hang on one second, and it shows all these figures characters that it looks like they were going to make.
Yeah.
But they never did.
I was hoping when mine came there would be some little piece of paper in the back showing pictures of the rest, but we didn't get lucky on that one. But I mean, there is a picture of the Goku with Noibo.
Yeah.
So we do know one of those exists, but the rest of them, I just don't know.
No.
But the only thing I can say is that Korean toys, for some reason, just are so hard to track down. I don't know what it is about. Yeah. So expensive.
Yeah, they are. They're always so expensive whenever I see them.
But very high quality, I noticed.
Depends. Some are look like crappy bootlegs, and then other ones are really amazing quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I still get messaged all the time with people who are like looking for this and that, and it's something you can tell them is just be patient.
Yeah.
It'll be on eBay at some point.
Yeah,
but,
that's whenever anyone asks me where I get my stuff, just say eBay. That's it.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do.
That question is the most annoying question ever. I say eBay every single time. It's eBay.
I know.
I mean, there are some things where it's like people really are shit out of luck, though. It's like buying from certain countries because it's like all the Italian stuff is super expensive and really hard to get. Just get. I mean, I forget the shipping laws, but there's like I don't know whether they dropped that law eventually, but like shipping toys is illegal or something, or I don't know. That was way back in the old days. I don't know if that's still.
Really?
There was some crazy thing.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. There was a bunch of Dragon Ball Z toys from the Philippines that are super rare.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen those.
Yeah, do you remember Jarrell Ang? He had a YouTube channel and he showed there was a whole series of Dragon Ball finger puppets that were really neat, actually, like a whole big range.
Yeah.
That were released with I think Nathan's Hot Dogs back in the day. And those are really hard to find. I mean, even on eBay, the Philippine eBay stuff. But a lot of the Mexican stuff, I think, is the hardest because it's like it's not available on eBay half the time, and then there's that Mercado Libre or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I cannot figure out how to make orders from there. There's been like things for years that I've tried to buy from there, but it's
a lot of stuff
possible.
on there too.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it either. I've tried, and I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, GQ and I used to try all the time, but it's just not possible.
Or maybe they don't ship into the U.S. I don't know.
They also just don't. They don't take any form of like payment options that would that
Oh,
like PayPal or
right.
anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pay. But yeah, I guess we should tell our audience that. Well, I did want to make one thing. It's like that we do have this awesome Watch Mojo thing going on, so we should probably encourage people to maybe not only vote, but while they do, definitely click the thumbs up above everybody, because we
Yeah.
really want to make sure that this thing actually happens. Because
Yep.
we
Exactly.
could everybody can get votes forever, but if they don't actually end up making it, then it sucks.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yes, everybody make sure to vote that thing up as much as you
Mhm.
possibly can
And you,
for
Exactly.
anything on there.
yeah, and if you want to give some of us who are way down in the list some more thumbs up, that would help.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want, you can vote for everybody because you can vote for as many people as you want.
Yeah, that's right.
That's cool. But yeah, it's good. Also there's I think somebody suggested top 10 Pokemon YouTubers, right?
Hmm.
And that has so many thumbs up and they haven't made it yet. So I'm hoping like they will do this
Yeah.
one,
Hmm.
you know? So let's hope.
Yeah, I think we should all make some noise about it as much as possible, and yeah, keep on voting up the actual topic so that hopefully it has a chance,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, hopefully it'll happen because it's an awesome thing.
That would be awesome for it to like actually happen and it let people know about a lot of channels out there.
Yeah.
So
Well, a lot of these people
Yeah,
I've never heard of who are on this list, so.
yeah, it's been great for that. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that I've looked up,
Hmm.
because of it, and been like, wow, this, it's just it's been a nice
yeah,
reintroduction, So
I'm familiar with a lot of them. I mean, like I haven't really watched too many of their stuff, but I know of them.
Uh-huh.
So
hmm
that's it's just cool. It's cool in general, just that list. Even though it's not just like Dragon Ball toys, but it's just Dragon Ball YouTubers in general. So that's cool.
Yep.
We should sign out.
Yep.
Do like an outro.
All right, sounds good. How you got? I forgot how you did it in past episodes.
Well, we just
Uh,
said, well, thanks for watching our Super Saiyan podcast, and stay tuned for the next one, and check out all of our channels, like mine, Carnage6x, and
Dragonballtoys.
and SSJGoshin4.
all right.
Yeah, check us out. Thank you so much for listening, everybody, and we'll be back probably in a month or so.
Yeah,
A little
Hopefully, yeah.
faster.
hopefully. I'm
Yeah.
hoping. That'd be
Remember
nice.
to let us know what you guys think in the comments, and perhaps make suggestions, and
Yeah, what we can
Mhm.
talk about.
Exactly.
yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
nice.
If you guys
Yeah,
got topics that you want to suggest, or yeah.
Uh-huh.
that'd be good. Okay, and I had a lot of fun on this, so
Me too.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for having me, and we'll do it again soon.
Yes.
yes, we will.